Come on. Here we go. What are we doing?
Brighton, get excited, let's enjoy the game, and come on England! New England way. For the last 3 World Cups or Euros, England have failed to follow up an opening game win with another in game 2. So, the next couple of hours could maybe give us more idea. Day 13 of the tournament. This is the 46th game to be played of 104. And look, we haven't even got started with the really good bit yet, but it's already given us plenty to remember.
Oh, absolutely. There's been plenty of goals, plenty of excitement, not too many refereeing errors, and so much to look forward to, particularly after England's last performance. And let's hope they can take that confidence and bring it into this game.
Mbappe, Haaland, Ronaldo today, Messi, of course. The really big stars have all shone brightly. From an England point of view, Harry Kane's not done too badly either.
So there's more to come. They've been desperate to score again after watching all those guys score again in their second game.
81 international goals and counting. Ghana could be the 36th different nation that he scores against for his country, but perhaps we're just getting a little ahead of ourselves. The stadium is packed. The rain has eased almost to a stop, still the odd drop in the air. We are set for England against Ghana after we've heard the national anthems. It's our homeland Ghana, the tune adopted as the national anthem since 1957 and independence from the UK. The team, Black Stars as they're known, have appeared at 4 previous World Cups, including a thrilling ride to the quarter-finals in 2010 and one of the most dramatic games in recent memory that came against Uruguay. The team of Michael Essien and Asamoah Gyan feels actually quite far removed from the current collection of players who failed to qualify for the African Cup of Nations for the first time since 2004 this year. But Alan, they've got pace, they've got the quality of the likes of Antoine Semenyo. They now have a wily old coach in Carlos Queiroz. They are not to be underestimated.
No, we've seen plenty of examples already in this tournament. Cape Verde, Curacao, is to not even to think about any complacency. Get in, get the job done, win the game and hopefully win the group.
Well, note that it's home kit order for England. The white shirts and the navy shorts. Ghana will be all in yellow. Referee and assistants are from Honduras, the main man being Saeed Martinez. They were the officials for Qatar against Switzerland 10 days ago. Not helped by VAR when a Swiss penalty they awarded should have been ruled out for an offside. VAR hopefully providing more assistance today is the USA's Armando Villarreal. The England team shows 2 changes from game 1 against Croatia, both at the back as Mark Gay and Jed Spence replace John Stones and Nico O'Reilly. Declan Rice is okay despite continued discomfort from a hamstring nerve that he's felt for a few months now. A 50th cap for Jude Bellingham, and still 6 days away from his 23rd birthday, he becomes the youngest to the half-century, beating Wayne Rooney by almost half a year. And then, of course, it's the captain, Harry Kane, invaluable to the England cause. For Ghana, a changing goal with Benjamin Asare in for the injured Lawrence Atizigi, as he was at half-time against Panama. 2 other changes in midfield with Kwasi Sibo and Thomas Partey coming in. Former Arsenal man Partey now available, having been refused a Canadian visa. And one further difference in the front line. Ernest Nuamar makes way for the much more experienced Iñaki Williams of Athletic Bilbao. That's the view from on high in Foxborough. Thomas Tuchel today did get a view of his players singing the national anthem, something which frustrated him. A whole army of photographers blocked what he wanted to see before the game against Croatia. And we know all about Carlos Queiroz in the English game from his 2 spells as assistant to Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United. As Scotland fans would testify, this is some venue. Let's hope for some game. It's going to be England to kick off. And it will, as is now customary, be Declan Rice who has the first kick. England versus Ghana for only the 2nd time. The first was a 1-1 draw at Wembley 15 years ago. But after the bright start of 6 days ago, here in Boston, there has to be more than a feeling that this ought to be an England win. Pickford seeking out Harry Kane for the first time. Renchi hit some height on that. Saw the day when it might actually come down with snow on it. I think from an England point of view, Guy, you've got to have that belief and confidence
because the vast majority of that game against Croatia was excellent. And they should take that into this game, and wouldn't be surprising if they had a really fast start again.
Ezri Konsa. Easily, neatly returned by Bellingham. Spence. It's Anthony Gordon trying to get free. Anderson left it for Mark Gahey. Bellingham. Spence on the left-hand touchline. BeanymanSports staying very tight to the right touchline, using full width England.
Got to do that, got to make the pitch as big as they can and stretch Ghana as much as possible. It's one of their strengths, I thought, in the Croatia game, is that how they got so many players that were prepared to go beyond Harry Kane, and it was so successful in doing that.
Very cautious start from the Ghanaians. Sitting back, having a look.
One or two rumours that they might come in with a back five, Ghana, but they haven't. Just set up with a back four, and Thomas Partridge is sitting in front of them.
Gordon. Spence to Gahey. Harry Kane drops, makes himself available, but maybe had other ideas. Here's Madueke. Bellingham had made his first foray in towards the penalty area.
That's a great example of doing that when Harry does that. It's really noticeable that doing as best as can to get into that centre-forward position, because he actually enjoys playing there, Jude Bellingham. He's very good at it.
Two more years at Real Madrid since the last big tournament, the European Championships in Germany. And you can see the difference that it's made to him as a player.
He's got a stroke about him, hasn't he? Rightly so, with his ability.
And towards Reece James. Bellingham. Konsa. Madueke. First chance to take on two Ghana defenders. Doubling up and barring the way. It's one thing Carlos Queiroz has already done. The team he's coaching for him in the third time. Tighten them up at the back. A lot more disciplined defensively. Bellingham just loses his way with a pass. It's that quick on a throw, which is greeted by great cheers from the bulk of the Ghanaian contingent. Well, behind the goal, England are attacking.
I can see what he was trying to do, Jude Bellingham. Tried to just flick it with the outside of that right foot. He just didn't get the contact on it he wanted.
He's skiing immensely. He's got quite a bit of space in front of him. Decided not to charge into it. And goes into reverse gear. It's back with Jerome Opoku. Started at Fulham. He's from London. He's playing in Istanbul with Başakşehir. And that looked offside. And the flag does indeed go up. And the finish was wide in any case.
Yeah, the assistant was very quick to spot it. And it certainly was.
Nicky Williams going quite a bit too soon. Konsa's waving teammates forward. He was shouting across at Gahey and Declan Rice. And Spence now. What a rise it's been for Jed Spence. A few eyebrows raised when he made the squad. Now he's making the starting lineup. Hasn't taken long.
He actually did really well when he came on the other day. He could have actually scored, but for a good save from the keeper. When he burst forward.
And working down over the leg of Kwasi Sibo, and England have a free kick, a chance to deliver from here.
In a very, very dangerous position as well.
across to have a word with those who are going to orchestrate this. Well, I say those, it'll be Declan Rice. And we've seen the quality of his set-piece delivery all season long.
We won't speak too soon here.
One of 5 England players jostling for space in there. We did speak too soon.
Knew it.
That one was on us. Given away by Madueke. Ayu. Just missed out Semenyo. It's one area of the game where England will have to be really switched on. When Ghana break, they will do it quickly.
Well, it was Anthony Gordon was really switched on there. Did his job defensively, so quick in getting back.
Anderson. Nice. Gordon. Gordon is immediately met by Marvin Sanaya.
Again, he did well, Gordon. It was a tough ball to handle, that was.
Mr. Madueke. Dart forward from Reece James. No way through to him though, so I'm going to try a different route.
Again, numbers back from Ghana though, making it very difficult for Madueke to go past anyone. It's 2v1.
James, Bellingham, just lost the race. And it was actually quite a nasty collision. And the ref is absolutely right to stop the game. I think Bellingham got the brunt of that from the significant figure of Jerome Opoku right together.
It was a very, very clever run. And that wasn't a back ball either from Harry Kane, and pinging that ball out to Madueke.
Bellingham's okay. Started with a word to the referee. The fire's burning. Opoku launches the Ghana free kick. Trying to find Williams over on the right-hand side, instead on the England left. Threatened to be Gordon, but it's one back for Ghana. Gordon now is making his way into the middle as a supporting run from Sanaya. Elliot Anderson trapped him every step of it.
And he had two really good defensive work. Seen it from Anthony Gordon already, and this time it's Anderson's turn to just shield him off there, and there's no way through.
And starting to come down a little heavier now.
Just noticeable on that free kick that Ghana had, the position of Jude Bellingham. He wasn't allowed to go back to the goalkeeper or to the other centre half. There was only one position that could kick that ball, and it was long, which will suit England.
Gay. Gordon lets it run. Declan Rice alive to that. He was beaten Gay there. Gay put his hands up to Edric Konsa. I think by way of a semi-apology. It's pretty impressive from Jordan Ayew. He's had a rocky couple of seasons with Leicester. 2 years, 2 relegations. He won't be sticking around for League One. Ghana's record appearance maker. Game number 122, 2 more than brother Andre managed. There's Kane, here's Bellingham. And then she carried it away nicely up to a point. Unable then to find Mensah. Nurenci's a player who's really caught the eye. Since being moved back into his more natural midfield position from right fullback, which is where previous coach Otto Addo played him.
Got him to thank for the winning the goal, haven't they? Late on in that first game.
Yeah, 2 in 2. He also came on to score in the warm-up game, the 1-1 draw in Wales on June the 2nd. Wacky to Konsa.
It won't be a surprise to England and what Ghana are doing. Everyone behind the ball. We know when they do that, it's very difficult, and you've got to pick the right pass at the right time and do it with pace.
Bellingham. Beany. Rice. Possession stats are showing up as 77% England right now. Madweke. James has to hurry. Intervention in the middle from Thomas Partey.
Great understanding that is from those two, Madweke and James. Said about picking the right time to go. And the timing of it. And that was right. Really unlucky. Really good play though to get in behind.
James. Arrest by Ayew, but finds Anderson. Gordon. Followed and fouled. Free kick. And this is in range. Just about in range.
I think so. I was just thinking that myself. It is in range, there's no doubt about it. Why wouldn't you? Tricky conditions for the goalkeeper, been raining all morning. Why not test him?
Okay, but he's only just come back into the team. He was first choice before Carlos Queiroz' appointment. Made a real rick in letting one in against Mexico in May. You don't want to do that again, though, do we? Tee up a world-class performance.
I think you can get excited and be positive of what we've seen from England up to now, and it is only up to now. But they did well. Well, there were improvements to be made defensively, but for the most, I thought it was very, very good and plenty to look forward to, hopefully.
Just past the point at which they'll 1-0 up against Croatia. Touch to Declan Rice. And it flies over the bar.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case with having a pop. Why not? We both said it was in range and a little touch. Couldn't get it on target.
Still got vivid memories of the two he hit against Real Madrid for Arsenal last season, season before last in the Champions League. I thought they were just about the best free kicks I'd ever seen, and they came minutes apart.
I was there that night as well. I enjoyed them.
Kane, who was caught there by Jonas Ajeti. That's a worry for England. Every time he goes down, it is a real worry for England.
There's no doubt it's a foul. Comes in with the elbow. Straight in the back of the neck, isn't it?
Painful one for Harry Kane. They'll go for all the concussion protocols. In fact, the referee is saying you're going to have to go off and be checked, I think, here. Harry Kane to test and says he's okay. Is he allowed to continue? It looks as though he is.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Gordon. Rice. Gordon. Anderson. Corner prevented. Madweke prevented from making something happen as well. But England just starting to look as though they want to get busy now.
Brilliant from Declan Rice, the way he won that tackle. There was no way anyone was coming out of that ball other than him. Did really well.
James. Well, that could be one heck of a pass it is. Collected by Gordon. Rice is in the box with Kane. Gordon twisting and turning Sedea. Anderson. Intensity's on the up. Spence, that was a nice little move. Here's Rice. And JT's thinking his way. England are coming now.
I mentioned about stretching as much as they can. And that was a great example of that in the switch of play. Eventually get it back down to the left-hand side, and Rice is unlucky. Good defending though. And JT. But that's how you break that defence down, when there's that many players back. You switch the play as quick as possible with a great ball like that.
Nice on the corner. And okay, trying to go short for it. He's been waved away. He tries to go near. It's over him towards Consa. Not clear by Gideon Mensah. Here's James. Delayed the throw first of all. Now Anderson to Spence. Bellingham. James. James nearly got half a yard. He's got the chance to cross now. There's a wrestle going on between Consa and Ayew. And the referee thinks that Ayew was being unfairly held. And hear what the England supporters think of that.
They're just getting a little bit of starting to get a little bit of joy, England, aren't they? Down the sides. Very much like in the first game. We've just seen that left-hand side with Declan Rice and Anthony Gordon. And this time it was the right, with Reece James putting a dangerous cross in.
It's Williams. Shoulder to shoulder with Mark Gay. He pushes him in the back. Would have been a corner, but for that. Or perhaps without that, Mark Gay wouldn't have conceded the corner. So it's a free kick for England.
Good defender. Read it well. Had to get there, use his pace, and he did that.
What did you make of the two changes made by Thomas Tuchel?
I think probably one of the reasons is because of a counter-attack with the pace that they both possess. Jed Spence into the left side and Gay in there, absolutely. I think that's one of the reasons, or maybe the big reasons why they've done that, just to try and stop the counter-attack if it's going to happen.
Antoine Semenyo, in the opening game for Ghana against Panama, didn't touch the ball before the first hydration break. He's only had a couple of touches so far in this one.
Ghana didn't trouble the goalkeeper in the first half at all, did they? They didn't have one effort at goal.
Semenyo is the player you would think they need to get the ball to more. Off the back of his best ever season in the top flight. 21 goals in all competitions for Bournemouth and Manchester City. Game. So holds off Semenyo. Nearly got caught by Jordan Ayew, but he's been felled by him.
Really tight and compact in the midfield. Bellingham's finding it really tough to get on the ball in front of the back four.
Working.
Steve and Partey are both doing a really good job in stopping that.
James just lacked the drift and bend away from goalkeeper Assad. Very grateful he lies on the ball. The countdown's on now. We've seen one, haven't we, so far? Goalkeeper holding on and a corner awarded.
I like that new law, don't you?
Well, you would. Another clash of heads. I do need medical attention for this one. It was Reece James, it was Jordan Ayew, who didn't hear or detect James coming. Jordan Ayew, actually, in typical style, has put himself about a bit in the early stages.
He has. He's had to work very, very hard, as have done all the Ghana players. Having to track back when they haven't got the ball, which has been the majority of this game, and trying their very best to get as far forward as they can.
This is an interesting point of order. Players across to their respective technical areas. We can have a look at the Declan Rice free kick, first of all from the view of the referee. It's not been called as the official hydration break. But everybody is having a drink. I wonder if we'll bother with one after this. Bet we do. And the referee's actually calling the players now away from their coaches and back into the middle. Why not, with 21 minutes played, why not just call the break now while there's a delay?
I mean, that would be just common sense, wouldn't it?
He's pointing out to Jordan Pickford, just saying 2 minutes and then we'll have a stop. Well, we've had one.
Just do it now. It's nonsense anyway. Been pouring all morning, all yesterday. Not hot.
It's perfect for football, isn't it?
Perfect for football.
But maybe somebody's not ready to press the button to put the adverts on just yet. Jordan Ayew has got the required treatment. A bit more concerned about James. They're taking more time with him. As Kyrgios is getting a message out to, I think it was to Williams and Sanaya over on the far side of the field, the Ghana right.
I mean, they've been, what, nearly 2 minutes now anyway. It just seems crazy for the referee not to say, let's have the break now.
I would not be surprised at all, you know. The game will restart and within seconds he'll call for the hydration break.
Goodness me.
Fans of both nations are in great spirits, never mind the weather. Terry's got himself a good seat for this one, right behind the president of FIFA. Just about ready to go again. We will go initially without Reece James and Jordan Ayew. Reece James is back out stretching, as you can see, just in front of the England dugout. Jordan Ayew is actually getting a right old bandage applied. He's taken a seat next to the Ghana technical zone. And on we go, at least for a minute. Partey. Nucci. To it by Gehi. The ball did just go out. It's going to be a Ghana throw-in. No, it's not. The referee's decided to overrule his assistant there. Somebody said something in their ear.
And Ayew's back on.
Gordon. Ayew's come back on the left initially. Semenyo through the middle. I think it's only temporary. Anderson to Gehi. Weke coming in from the right wing. This is out to Gideon Mensah. Bellingham. Anderson.
And that's what Ghana have done well. When that ball's gone in behind, not only have they won the header, but they won the second ball as well with the way they're tracking back.
Gordon. Intercepted by Sibo. Comes to Rice. Comes to Sibo again. James. Bellingham. Only making the move down the left-hand side. I think that's where he was looking.
Gordon's come inside, that's why, hasn't he? Just next to Hurricane.
Weke. James. Won't get the elevation that he needed. Semenyo now. Got stuck. He's back at Anderson. And he brings Anderson down. England have a free kick. 25 minutes in Foxborough. The ref said, get on with it. You've got possession. So England do that.
That would be the one disappointment as well. We have got into wide areas. We haven't quite delivered that quality ball as yet. That was a great example. Reece James, wide on the right. Couldn't miss the front man again.
Oh, it's out for a throw-in and, well, The noise you can hear will tell you. The referee has called a halt so that the players can go over and have a hydration break. Look at Declan Rice, a little shake of the head as he walks towards the technical area. That QR code is on your screen again. And new for the World Cup, you'll be familiar with this now. You can follow the match from every angle. You can see it from the viewpoint of the players. Just scan that code to get the World Cup 3D experience from the BBC Sport app. So, as you think about doing that, let us get the viewpoint of Wayne Rooney on what he's seen so far. What have you made of it, Wayne?
Yeah, I think it's been what we expected. Ghana sitting behind the ball and making it very difficult for England to find space. But I think for England it's very important that we keep the width. And Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice need to start making runs in behind rather than coming to feet all the time. But I think this game's all about patience, and if it stays like this, I wouldn't be surprised to see a second centre forward come on and even get more across from the box. So what's expected, but up the tempo a little bit. I think the tempo is a little bit slow up here, and I think we'll be fine.
Thanks, Wayne. And we've got another former England centre forward next to me who was nodding in agreement with just about every word.
Yeah, I think we basically said that, didn't we? Trying to keep the width as much as possible. And when you do get out there, then that ball has to be delivered. And on the 2 or 3 occasions that we've had, I think we've had poor balls in, and also Declan Rice's free kick. It wasn't a great ball in. You've got to make the very most of them to upset that back four in the midfield to get through there. And I certainly agree with him about if this were to continue even up to in the second half, then don't be surprised with another 4-round. Go direct. There's no harm in that.
He's going about his work in really intense fashion in typical Thomas Tuchel style here. I don't think he's too happy with what he's seen so far. Let's just quickly tell you what you can see later on. Panama against Croatia, the other game in this group. That's tonight, 11:50 on BBC One and iPlayer. And then as we get into the small hours of tomorrow, Wednesday morning, Democratic Republic of Congo against Colombia. You can listen to that on 5 Live, BBC Sounds from 3 AM. And don't forget, tomorrow night, one to really look forward to, Scotland against Brazil. That's 10 PM tomorrow, BBC One and iPlayer. Memories for me for that fixture of David Neri going back to 1982. 10 years old, the World Cup that really made its first big impression on me. Is that what you were then? Oh, here we go.
I've always known your maths is not very good.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. I will wait. Good to go again. Well, we are in 8 seconds time anyway. And it'll be an England throw in. In fact, he's taken it all 3 seconds early there, Jeff. The referee's let him know about it. So we are going to have, I would make at least 7 minutes added onto this half. And it's not really quite got going. Brief moments for England, but Benjamin Asai in the Ghana goal, not tested. That was too much of a test for Gordon.
That's an example of what they've got to do, though, because you notice the run from Declan Rice alongside Harry Kane, which then took the midfielder back and opened it up for, if that ball were to find Anthony Gordon, then he'd be left 1v1 rather than 2v1 and not being able to get a cross in.
Consa.
Guys in the back, don't throw cups. If security see you, they'll throw you out. We don't want you to miss any of the action. Plus, hit someone on the head, they get injured as well. We've got a serious problem. So please stop throwing cups. I know the football's a bit crap. We'll get better. Thank you.
Pick out by Pickford. Here's Spence.
Better distribution, wasn't it, for him?
Gordon with him. Spence now needs him. Really good tackle. Ghana away with it. Gordon's going to get back there. That's not such a good tackle. That's going to be a free kick for Marvin Sanea. Carlos Queiroz will be very happy with what he's seen from his new side.
Well, from his point of view, his game plan is working really, really well. Setting and getting everyone behind the ball, trying to frustrate England, not allowing any spaces. And that's exactly what's happened from their point of view.
Portugal's 5th World Cup in a row. Portugal in 2010 and then 3 with Iran. Only appointed on the 14th of April. As the head man of the Black Stars. Down goes Ayu. Free kick given. The referee was wanting play to go on if he could let it happen, but it never materialised.
Good play from Ayu though, really good centre forward play, holding the ball up, bringing his teammates into the game. He's going to have to do that. It's a tough role he's got to do, because he's going to be the focal point when Ghana do win that ball and try and find him.
He's now going to take the free kick. 24 years old, Jordan Ayu, younger brother of Andre Ayu, both have had spells in the English game. Sons of the great Abudi Pele. And we'll get the decision. There's high fives all round back there. As Jerome Opoku makes his way back to the other penalty area to defend. A little push on Mark Gay was detected. Not quite getting the fun of the fair of the Croatia game yet.
And that's credit to Ghana, because they're frustrating England. Wherever Jude Bellingham goes, there's someone with him. Jed Spencer trying to come into the midfield, and there's someone with him too. And the options on for England at this minute. Got to keep moving the ball quickly and not get frustrated.
I think you can see by the body language just how frustrated Thomas Tuchel was during that migration break. Simple message to the press yesterday. We need to do things better despite the opening win. Madueke. Running to a dead end, but it does break for Bellingham. He didn't get very far either. Might do this time. Spence. And a clip to Madueke. Madueke cleared Thomas Partey. Let's come back to him now. He's been cleared up by Mensah. He's having to work to keep it. And eventually he just waits for the inevitable contact from Elliot Anderson. Free kick Ghana, and it's really well won by the left back Gideon Mensah. Both fullbacks, both centre-backs started the game superbly for Ghana.
Yeah, it was a foul, there's no doubt about it. But encouragingly, we get the ball into the box. The ball in the box from Madueke from the right-hand side. I didn't think it was a bad ball at all. But on this occasion, Harry chose to stay at the back rather than attack the near post.
Very clever from Mensah. That goes Semenyo. Anderson finds Spence. Gordon with some room. Semenyo across to him now. Gordon. Partey dropped back to be an extra defender. Jordan Ayu will not thank Irenchi for that one.
Better though, better from England and moving the ball quicker and stretching. And Gordon on this occasion on the left, but again a poor ball in.
Gordon again involved, but Semenyo is on him every time and winning most things. Ghana try and quicken up their own play now. Opoku. That's a drive from Mensah.
England's turn to press. And press high. And got it back.
James. Just got the England crowd a little bit more pumped. Gay. Gordon. Spence providing the width this time. Anderson. Quickly coming was Iñaki Williams and Spence. Gordon. Picked up again by Marvin Sanea.
Sadena's doing a good job, isn't he, on Gordon at the minute? He's getting tight, not giving him an inch of space.
I wonder who's spot bound, being stifled by the fullback from Auxerre in France, who only just escaped relegation from Ligue 1 last season. Nweke. Is he going to get there? Oh, he will. It's a bit too high for Declan Rice. He couldn't get over the top of it.
Brilliant from Nweke. That's what England have been missing. When they beat 1v1, they chose to go inside and pass it. They need to do that more. It's a very good ball and it just gets up a little bit too early, Declan Rice. You can't guide it towards goal. Yeah, exactly. That's what he wants. Players to be more positive and attack when you're 1v1. Do that more rather than choose the easy option of passing it inside.
Bellingham. James. Bellingham's on his way.
There's Ayew just in there around Elliot Anderson again. He's just trying to cut that ball off.
The way it's going, Jordan Ayew will be very tired by the end of it. Nweke. James loses out to Seagull. Urenchi. Won by Gay, commandingly so. Oh no, unfairly so. The referee's indicated handball, hasn't it?
I think that's what he said, yeah.
They want to have a free kick now again, just try to slow it down a little. Coach Carlos Queiroz has only had one previous game against England in management. That was at the last World Cup, England's opening game, 6-2 win against his Iran. Miscontrol, that one by Sanea. And an interesting line about that this week. He said, "I was not defeated. In football, we never lose. We win or we learn." And that's some spirit, yeah. Game. Anderson. Anderson forced off it by Jordan Ayew and then just brought his leg up to hook him down.
It's another time though, I thought James could have been more positive then. What England are doing is they're just playing around Ghana.
Just in two cars moving
all too safe
from outside the front gate. Registration plate 77OB, that's one of them. And the other one, GY19UBO. They need to be moved because the police want to come in and make sure the ambulance can come in if needs be. So please, if that's your cars, you need to move it. Thank you.
That's his ball forward onto the head of Mike Gay. Declan Rice then. He's to it before ejecting. Anderson. It's Gordon. It's Concert. Up goes ejecting. Anderson in to win it back. Gordon. And the flag is up for an offside. So Ghana get a free kick. We've got just over 5 minutes of the 45. There won't be another 6, 7, maybe even 8 with the stoppages that we've had. Wouldn't be surprised if Thomas Tuchel's mind is already thinking about changes at half-time. His substitutions praised in the opening game, and he won't hang about.
I thought his subs were brilliant in the opening game. Although they were really, really positive, and they played a major part in England going on to win the game.
Cheers that we can hear, and because Sir David Beckham has just appeared on the big screen. And immediately the England trumpeter has sparked into one David Beckham. With a Poku, Declan Rice closing him down and just caught him. And said, I don't think it did. He's expressing apology. He's going to get a yellow card here. The referee didn't seem to want to brandish it at first, but then he saw Poku beating the ground in apparent pain and decided it was worth the booking. Declan Rice has actually seen the funny side of it. England's first yellow card of the competition.
He thought he had every right to go for the ball. And trying to take the lead for his team and pressing and going forward and trying to win that ball back. And just a chance he thought he could nick it. Yet he's a little bit late and he catches him, shoots a yellow ball.
Certainly looked worse when we saw it in replay.
He had to go for the ball though, didn't he? He didn't get it. It's very true. Not everybody contacts a yellow card, is it?
That is very true as well. Asa. James. He's got a free kick. Play goes on with Semenyo. And Semenyo might have a chance. Scott from having a chance by Ezra Konsa. Now Anderson has to be pretty strong to hold off Ayew. But on a sense they could get something here. Working Anderson doubling up on Ayew. Throw in for Garner. A lot of England fans are pointing and gesticulating, saying, hang on, you were going to give a free kick for the challenge of Semenyo earlier. Decided against it.
Well, first and foremost, a really weak play. Reece James. Semenyo does it with the old shoulder there. Got to be stronger in that situation. He's got to be the dominant one there, not the forward.
So Semenyo now will hold the ball into the England box. James was strong this time. Semenyo again. Always knew he was going to be a real danger if he got into the game, and he's played it against James. Struck Madueke there to win Garner a corner. As they look to end the first half strongly, this is their first spell at all, really, of any sort of sustained attacking.
Yeah, the vast majority of their play has been superb defensively. And you're right, it is the first time they've caused a bit of a threat to England.
Ireland White and Navy have got to their stations. 3-on-3 there. And it comes from Ayew. Have to be headed out of the danger zone by Konsa. James. A bit of a miss hit. Urenchi. Ajeti. Lovely bit of play from Partey. Ayew stopped by James. The ball's not quite fully rolled out, has it? Madueke. James. I can sense there might be a few thinking same old again.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating half for England. Go back to my point about playing around them. Haven't been enough runners past Harry Kane. Haven't played enough balls through. Everything's been too safe.
Bellingham now tries to break forward. And he's broken forward to win England a corner.
Good run. And a good pass to find him. To play those long passes, though, you have to have those runs from the midfield. We haven't seen hardly any of it from him. Declan Rice maybe did it once, but not nowhere near enough.
What's he going to do now with the corner? Bellingham was standing closest to the goalkeeper, Masara. Kane lying in wait, same sort of position from which he headed in against Croatia. Rice in. It's going to come back his way. Not before it's cleared. Cleared pretty emphatically by Mensah. Pickford's going to sort this out. We are into a minimum of 6 additional minutes before half-time. Did that by Gideon Mensah. Gordon. Concept. Wicket. Okay. Just no way through for the English.
Anthony Gordon again coming in alongside Harry Kane, and the hope that Jet Spence can go on the left-hand side.
Wicket. Deflects to Bellingham. Just did a little bit too much and the ball runs away. Ghana get a goal kick which is cheered really enthusiastically by their supporters behind the goal.
Yeah, again really good work from Ghana. Everyone back, no space. Much was made of the half-time team talk the other day. Unless something changes in these next 3 or 4 minutes, we're going to need that again. We're going to need a bit more urgency, a bit more pace to the pass and be more direct. I don't mean sometimes not kicking it long, but runners being direct and taking more chances when they've got the ball 1v1. Because at the minute I think it's been very much the easy options for most of the England players. Safe options.
Concept. Spencer's coming field into the centre circle. He wants it. Nearly lost it. Just got it away before Urenchi arrived. Game. Through for Declan Rice. Rice to Kane. Kane has a sight. And it's off the bar. It's behind rather for a corner. Everybody's standing stock still in that corner back line as Kane's shot was deflected.
It's a very, very good run off Declan Rice to open and move that defence around, which they haven't done too much.
Going the angle for that. And they're very high. Nice to take the corner. And this would be just the into the half England want, maybe need. Not going to get it direct from the corner though, it's headed away by the excellent Sané.
He has been superb, hasn't he?
Sané. Kane's shot was more evidence of the general superb Ghana defending as two got in the way. First chance he's had to even think about a strike.
Yeah.
Not working. He might think about one now. 4 surrounding him.
That's exactly right. That's what happened. 4 on around him.
Sané up towards Williams. Spence on him very, very quickly. Ghana throw it.
Just in and around England, as soon as a player in a white shirt gets that ball, there's 3 or 4 around him straight away, and that there sums that up. Look, there's just no way through for him.
Sorry, looking for Ayu. More battling from him. Ajeti. Now Urenchi. Kante. Atoku. Caught late by Bellingham. That was a challenge that was born entirely of frustration. And the ref will bring it back for a free kick for Ghana.
Yeah, he gets the pass away, but he is fouled.
Jude Bellingham put his emotions on full display there. He's had enough of it.
Hasn't troubled the keeper at all, England, have they? For the possession that they've had, for the passes that they've had. There's not been too many good passes to worry Ghana. No, they've defended really, really well.
Just trying to think of the chances, if we could call them that. The Declan Rice free kick that whistled over, then he's headed it, also put over the bar. That's been the sum total. It has been a frustrating first 51 minutes in the end here for England, just outside Boston. Ghana have been terrific in defence. They've caused one or two problems on the break as well. And now, once again, it is over to Thomas Tuchel to find the right words and fire up his England players. Although looking at Jude Bellingham here, some maybe need calming down a bit. At half-time, it's England 0, Ghana 0.
Frustration for England.
Even though the score is 0-0 in a minute, are we going to party and make sure they bring it home?
just leaving Leicester now. Gets the game going again. Jed Spence with the first successful challenge. Nice side step away from Williams. Rice looking down as though he'd lost his bearings. Didn't know the touchline was that.
Certainly got his touch wrong anyway, didn't he?
Maybe there's something about the city-stroke area of the USA. England's only previous game here was a now infamous match when they lost 2-0 to the USA in June 1993. One down at the break, and Alexi Lalas got the second. And of course it was the scene where it all began for the US to get independence in 1776. His game, looking at me bemused, it's the Boston Tea Party and all that, you know.
He's just not going to give you the credit.
I know.
I mean, you're right.
No, you're right not to. And his game. Spence. Gordon. Down by Sané. Does he in particular just have to be a little bit more adventurous, or is it purely down to Marvin Sané's shackling?
Sané's been absolutely superb. I don't think he's gone past him once actually, Anthony Gordon. Where he'd be looking to improve in this half.
Coming into Spence. Rice. Wake. Rice is in the move through the middle. Good thing for him. It's sent out towards Gordon. Sané is there again. And Spence. He's one in the throw by backheeling the ball against Iñaki Williams. Previous game against Croatia, we saw the different mindset, the different approach of England pretty much straight away. With Partey. Semenya will chase. Pickford's hurried back to his goal. He was looking into the box for a brief moment. Semenya can't get it going. What's that tackle?
Absolutely superb. The way Rich James broke, which then left the space open and behind him. And he had to have someone covering back. Bellingham did that.
There's Partey. Looks to be a bit more adventure than Ghana.
I don't think that will be a bad thing for England.
Sané's ball just clears both Konsa and Ayew. Here's Anderson.
Try and draw them onto them, which then will clearly leave a little bit more space up front. Try and move them and shift them around.
Sané. Gordon won the ball. Ghana had the throw.
Brilliant tackle. Timed it so well.
Partey. Urenchi. Towards Sané coming in from the right. He got away from Gordon. Mohamed Sané across. For a brief second it looked as though he was going all the way across to give Williams a tap in.
As much as we've been praising his defensive work today, and rightly so, that was a brilliant run from Sané again, asking so many different questions.
Bellingham. Gordon in from the left wing. Ball is always likely to beat him.
Just with the pace on the pitch with being so much rain, isn't it?
And still at Ports.
Yep.
I understand it's absolutely cracking the flags back at home. Wembley staying in front of Mansour if he can. And he could. Wise old Bert is making a difference with his new charges. 6 World Cups, so he goes a 5th World Cup rather, so he goes level with Borna Milutinovic, small behind the great Carlos Alberto Pereira. Bet against him, popping up in 2030. Back home in Portugal for part of it. Space to go. Gay. Sivo is on him. And foul by Quasi-Sivo. Rice down the outside, but not there.
Didn't think that run was on. I thought Declan should have left him for the 1v1. You know, when you make that overlap, when you're that close, you take the opportunity for them then to be left 1v1 to take them on. Got the pass all wrong anyway.
An in-house Arsenal disagreement. Away by Asari before Bellingham got to it. Anderson was struggling with that. There's Sivo, went to room for Mensah down the left. 3 pushing forward for Ghana. Are you the first of the trio? Mensah. Semenyo. On the throw. Definitely more intent from them attacking-wise. James, the assistant referee wasn't there, you know. Now he's put his flag in the air, and he is going to give a corner. Well, I think somebody's had a word. He didn't give that. He wasn't up with the play.
I agree. I think he was 7 or 8 yards short of the line. And I think someone's giving him a nod there to say that ball was out.
So Ghana corner. I'm taking everything. Toku breaks. Getting actually jumped into Gordon, was trying to get him out of the way. That's miss-hit, but it might be a problem for Pickford. Pickford is surely fouled, and the flag's up. And England get the decision. Urenchi jumping, acting rather than with it.
Yeah, away with that. No chance. Gets the cross wrong anyway.
And he was offside.
He was offside.
Now 2nd minutes, and no discernible change for England just yet. Ghana having a bit more of a go. Anderson's been followed and fouled by Ayew. Rice. Gay. James. Looks for Bellingham. Bellingham run into the back of Opoku. Back to his feet very quickly. Consider to Anderson. Anderson again there. And he was just too quick for Sivo, so England get a free kick. And Harry Kane is trying to play that against Sivo right under the ref's nose. Knew what he was doing there.
Yeah, but at least if someone's trying to run in behind, as Bellingham did, and Madueke did again. Just looking at the back four, you've got to upset that back four. You've got to somehow move them around. Had it too easy.
Madueke's crossed way over Kane, and Sanae was told to leave it. Got the message just in time. It's going to be a Ghana goal kick. Thomas Tuchel is Up to the edge of the technical area, and he is furious with somebody down there, Alan.
I'm telling either Anthony or Jet Spence to get up in that position. It was noticeable before when Gordon went inside, there was nothing that was coming on the outside of him. Now, the reason he goes inside is to create that space in behind him for one of his teammates to go and make that run.
Spence. Gurney. It's being closed by Semenyo. Leaving for James. And Wicket. On throwing. Ayu. Away from Semenyo. England get a throw. Thinking about that word that's been used a lot today now, patience. When does it start to run out?
Well, patience, but also urgency. That's one of the reasons why Tuchel's going mad on the touchline is because it's still too slow.
Spence. Gordon, George Spence with a bit of invention there. And Spence gets it through. It's found Anthony Gordon now. Here's Bellingham. Now okay. No way through still. Rice. Gordon. He has a goal. It's straight at the side. Target.
Well, at least they're asking the question. That's the first time that when Gordon did go inside, Jet Spence then followed the run and went in behind, and that's why England will manage to get their shot away. Much better from Anthony Gordon.
Are you leaning on Gurney? England are going to have a free kick. Understood again. I think you called it out before. The words, the exasperation, the borderline anger is all being directed at Anthony Gordon and Jet Spence, who are the unfortunate players who are closest to and getting the brunt of it.
Well, I said it, that's the first time that they've linked up as a double act down that left-hand side. It's all been too easy, it's all been passed very slow and timid, and there's not urgency. For the first time, Gordon goes inside and Spence follows and goes behind.
Now he finds Rice. Kane. Bellingham wants it. Spence has found Madueke instead. Madueke tries to back himself. A Poku will prevent the corner, but give a throw. Anderson. Rice. Urenchi. Then storming into the tackle. Now Williams falls wider than he wanted to be. Spence with it. He's got it into Urenchi. No free kick as Bellingham comes in. Anderson has turned to be really frustrated.
We're tracking back again for Bellingham though.
Gordon. England throw. Every time that young man's face appears on the big screen, there are huge cheers around the stadium. Who's the only winner so far today? Gordon. Bellingham. Gahey. Gordon Spence a lot more of it now. Anderson. Gordon takes on Williams. And we've seen that as a late challenge on Anthony Gordon, who's been left off the field and hurt. Free kick. He's going to give a yellow card as well. And see Iñaki Williams, who got back to try and help out Semenyo. He didn't help a lot.
Positive though from Gordon. One of the few times he's got the ball and gone on the outside rather than choose to go inside on the right foot.
Declan Rice free kick. close to the last chance for one or two England players in this game. That's the hour now. Runs in. Listen at the back. Gordon wants it raw. It's going to be a corner.
Oh, they worked that really well. See Anderson just pull off and find himself free at that far post, and he's hoping for the ball to find him, and it does. It's a good block.
Straight against the chest of Ponzi Silva. So Ross will go to the other side to take the corner. We are going to see changes shortly, but looks as though the first ones will be Ghana alterations. Gainey, Bellingham and Kane all in a line by the penalty spot. Swung that way, Anderson got up again. Over the top and wide.
There's no doubt that delivery is meant for him to run into that space. Declan does his job in trying to find him. Again, he goes up very early. Gets the contact on it, but he just can't guide it to where he wants to.
Oh my God, Alidu Seidu. And a centre-back on. Looks as though Prince Adu is going to come on as well, striker. And I wouldn't be too sure about that because my notes are completely illegible. The ink has finally run. Gordon. In comes Anderson to win the ball. Kane's hurt. Free kick England.
Well, the referee couldn't have been any closer. He was only a yard or two away from it.
Party slid in. Maybe not enough to constitute a booking. Foul. Not making those changes whilst his team are having to soak up quite a bit of England pressure. Getting to the point of the game now where England have to make the pressure tell. Rice. And fall to Anderson. And now Gordon. And that's not working. That's wide. By a distance.
See what he's trying to do. Just can't get the direction on it. Said about 5 or 10 minutes I was wrong. It was just over 15, isn't it? That he's going to make the changes.
Sorry, out to Ajeti. Spotted a bit of holding. Gordon who's expressed his displeasure and disbelief. So is Carlos Queiroz now. England have another free kick. And the player coming on for Ghana is going to be Leicester's Abdul Fattah, wearing 7. As well as Prince Adu. So, 2 attacking players. Number 7 and number 2 as a target. And I can't read them at all.
Doing well reading them, sitting with your notes now.
It's continuing to drop heavy. There's going to be a further delay now. For some treatment as England get their first 2 substitutes ready. And you can see Bukayo Saka and Nico O'Reilly are going to take the field. Saka close to being able to start this game. He's still feeling the Achilles injury that troubled him towards the back end of Arsenal's season. Told that he's perfectly okay to start the next one against Panama, and he's going to get a bit more game time here.
2 good subs to bring on though, isn't it?
And they're making the changes now. Anthony Gordon going off. That's for Saka, and Jet Spence going off, that's for O'Reilly. Reaches back to his feet for Ghana. Ghana did make their changes with Fatawu and Adu taking the further yellow. Iñaki Williams, who's just received a yellow card, the first to trudge to the side of the field. Is the countdown on? Full substitutes only had 10 seconds. Used every one of them. Another one to come as well. It's Jordan who's going to go off, so he has to take off the armband first. I bet he'll be more than 10 seconds. A gentle jog towards the touchline now. It's one thing that feels like counting down here. It's going to be Prince Bobina Adu of Victoria Total in the Czech League to come on. In his 7th cap. Anderson. Trying to get Saka into the game straight away.
Saka down the right and Madueke down the left, yep.
And space opening up for Ghana through the middle with Sibo. Declan Rice has gobbled him up. Sibo keeps going though. And Ghana keep going. Pickford maybe just in the come for that. There's a collision right on the edge of the box. And the ref's giving it England's way. Much to England's relief.
Declan Rice just gets a foot on the ball, but not enough. But that first time ball in behind causes England all sorts of problems. And he gets caught in no man's land as Jordan Pickford. And the ref sided with England there. And I think he's given England the free kick.
He has. It's Prince Edu, who's just come on and barged into Pickford. Look at Carlos Queiro's reaction. I think we can understand that.
I agree with him. I didn't think that was an England free kick at all. I think it could have been the other way. He realises he's in trouble, does Jordan Pickford. He knows he's not going to get to the ball.
Madueke. A new challenge for Marvin Sanea, having seen off Anthony Gordon. O'Reilly. James. Gay. Well past the midway point of the half now. Anderson, that's really well picked off, but sorry, and deciding of seconds.
We can't blame him when he came for having that shot. He just moves it out into the left foot of his and tries to get his shot away. Easy for the keeper. Too much joy, has he, Harry?
Anderson, another late challenge, this one on Konsa. England can get on with it. Anderson wants somebody to help him get on with it.
He's having a look around, isn't he? Saying, where's my options? I needed help. Konsa's doing the same thing as well.
O'Reilly to Madueke. Konsa. Saka. Up against Mensah. Konsa. Anderson. Madueke. Madueke delivers. It's a really good ball. Saka decided to take on the header himself. Kane just behind him. Wrong play, really.
And that's what happens when you put a left footer on the left side. Certainly more direct. Go down the outside and try and whip that cross in. Not seen that anywhere near enough from England players today. It's a good ball in.
And it's time for the hydration break in the second half. And a QR code on screen now. You can scan it to have your say on who's stood out for you with BBC Sports player rater. So let's find out who stood out for Michael Richards, if he's still awake, that is.
Of course I'm still awake. I'm absolutely loving it. I mean, Ghana have been really good defensively. I love the tactical tweak where McLean is going to the left. You see the difference and importance of having a left footer sometimes on the left-hand side. Maybe it's time for Rashford to go on the right-hand side as well. Delivery for England has been a lot better. I think they just need to stay patient. I think we've seen there with Ghana on that transition. If you give them time and space, they can hurt you. And now it's just about getting the opportunity and taking it.
If Mike is telling England to stay patient, there must be a need to stay patient.
Yeah, I get that and I understand that. You also need to be more direct. You need to get players who are prepared to go out and be confident and 1v1 in situations.
Coming up later tonight, it's Panama against Croatia, the other game in this group. 11:50 is the start time, 10 minutes ahead of kick-off on BBC One and iPlayer. Then 3 o'clock in the morning on 5 Live and on BBC Sounds, DR Congo against Colombia. You can listen to that, maybe as you drift off. Make sure you're awake for tomorrow night, 10 p.m. on BBC One and iPlayer. Scotland against Brazil from the heat of Miami. Where there might be more of a pressing need for a hydration break. Don't think there's one here. But when I said about Michael being awake, it was more to do with his busy life and schedule than the game. The game is certainly taking a turn for the better.
No, but you have to. You're going to face situations like this where teams are going to frustrate you. You're not going to get it all your own way all the time, and you have to find a way around things, and that's England's job to do that now. Up to now, Ghana have had the upper hand in their defending. They've been absolutely superb. They're getting everyone behind the ball, and they're frustrating England. Now, with the little tweak and the little change, can those little changes make the difference? It certainly did on that last attack England had, because we haven't seen it at all down the left-hand side. So once in the first half, down the right from Madueke, now we've seen it down the left when he's come on to that natural side of his with the left foot. Because almost all the time England have chosen to go inside where a lot of the bodies are. And Ghana have had the upper hand in doing that.
Another England change during this interval, at least one. Elliot Anderson going off. And Emre Chiesa is going to get his first taste of World Cup action. Morgan Rogers coming on as well. And he's going to take over from his great friend and rival for a position in that number 10 role from Jude Bellingham. Where we were before the break, it is a goal kick to Ghana.
Just had a really good crossing. I need to see more of it. See England being a bit more positive, I think.
Well, around about 20 minutes then left for England to find a way to make it 2 wins out of 2 to start the World Cup. They've only done that 3 times before, 1982, 2006, and then 2018 in Russia as Gareth Southgate's team went to the semi-finals.
Well, we said before the game, didn't we, that it won't be as easy as a lot of people were saying. We're seeing Cape Verde and Curacao and how they have frustrated teams, and that's what Ghana are doing to England.
And you have in mind, Panama probably won't be either.
No.
Rice. Saka to James. Oh, that goes up the last World Cup in Qatar when they opened up with a 6-2 win. England were then frustrated by the United States. Saka. Rogers. Followed by Toku. Rogers, he's getting into the game straight away.
Yeah, who's that person that's going to produce that piece of magic that's been so badly lacking up to now? Who's that one that's going to cheat past someone? Find that little bit of ability just to make the difference.
Rodgers and Kane are ready. Counselor and Gahey have arrived. Rice with the outswinger. Bounce off Juventus. Madueke. Fatal will get back to challenge and then shield. And Ghana have a goal kick. Only other time these nations met, it finished in a draw, 1-1. Andy Carroll had given England the lead at Wembley before Asamoah Gyan equalised in injury time. Came to chase. Going to try and burn past two though. And it's a Sarri's ball. Ghana aren't happy, but the less touch there from Harry Kane. And Sarri has thrown it straight to Saka. The referee has now stopped the game. Sarri decided to take matters into his own hands.
He wanted to throw it out, didn't he?
Saneer actually went across Kane's path, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He meant to do step out of his way.
Probably from a sporting point of view, the referee's done the right thing, but he's thrown that straight to Bukayo Saka, and England might have had an opportunity.
I could see what his intention was. The goalkeeper, he wanted it to go out and Saka to let it run. Pleased you on a sporting move anyway.
Cleared now by Asara.
Not every team is going to come out and play against you.
So many of these England players are well used to that with their club side.
Not every team is going to be like Croatia and feel as if they've got the ability to try and take you on. Teams are going to sit deep and are going to want to frustrate you. And it's up to you to find a way to do that, whether it's a piece of brilliance, whether it's a set piece, or whatever it is, you have to find a way. And up to now, England have really struggled in that. And Ghana have defended brilliantly.
Saka gets a free kick for a Mensa barrage. Gahey to Madueke. O'Reilly wanted it infield, instead it's down the line for Eze. Loses the ball, as he wanted a free kick, it's Ghana who put it clear, and it's Adu. Adu in on Jordan Pickford's goal. It's still loose, and it was blocked actually by Semenyo, he got in the way. And the flag goes up. Anxious moment and then some for England.
They were really in trouble there. I think this touch there gives England a chance, the goalkeeper, to get back in and get the bodies in and around him. I think it was a really, really poor touch. Konza did well in reading the touch and had to get across. But that's just a warning for England that if they commit too many men forward and leave as much space as that, they might just get punished.
79 minutes play. Still goalless. In Foxborough, 22 miles southwest of downtown Boston. Konsa. Beckham and Gahey forward. Madueke's got the paint on his boots again. Now starts to move. Gahey. Saka over on the right, patiently waiting. Rice. Konsa. Okay, Saka comes in from the wing now. Mensah heads out. Saka again. James. Flag up for offside.
Frustrating again from England. Still very much the same, still quite content to pass it inside and go from left to right and then back from right to left. But for Tau and Edu posed a threat for England, the two subs that have came on both had the opportunity to run in behind.
Well, a little like Thomas Tuchel. Carlos Queiroz changes in the first game brought praise to them. Thomas Asante of Coventry and Abdul Fattah of Leicester in that one. They'll become much more of a threat. Similar things happening here. Here's James. They need to not work it. O'Reilly. The switch for Saka. Beaten Mensah. Maybe being held on to. Yeah, it's going to be a free kick for England.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy ball to control. When you're being put under that much pressure, he had to think really quickly. He tries to stick it through the legs. Well, Mensah did, he got away with it. He's got a free kick for England.
Julian Mensah, like his fellow fullback Morgan Sinea and Auxerre in France. Look at the way those two have played today and you think, why did Auxerre struggle so much last season?
And Wales are all back forward and you go,
oh yeah.
Not given any space whatsoever.
Has walked away from this one. Holding it for Saka. To swing it in. Couldn't clear Mensah. Mensah's touch wasn't great, but then there's too much contact from Gahey on Yurenchi, and it's a free kick for Ghana.
Same again, though, isn't it? Free kick, dangerous position. Not beating that front man.
Time for Marcus Rashford to try and there's his thing in his way. He's coming on for non-England record. They want to score against Croatia. It's Gahey 7. Eze. Under too much pressure from Yurenchi. Rashford. O'Reilly. Got them before the challenge. Ref again put the whistle to his lips and decided against blowing as Pickford deals with that really admirably.
He had to get the pass spot on. Connection right, and he did.
Rice.
And Thomas Tuchel talked about maybe 15 or 16 starters, didn't he? That he feels can do the job for England. Well, we're seeing the substitution, we're seeing those numbers now.
Right up behind Declan Rice. Kane can't get to it quickly enough. Here's Rashford. For the side. Looking for Eze. Cleared out to Fattah. O'Reilly is right on top of it, but Abdul Fattah has done really well. And in fact, he's been bundled over by Rashford. Ghana have a free kick.
Brilliant, Fattah, absolutely superb. Close control, quick feet, drawing the tackle in and getting his team off the hook, giving them a little bit of breathing space.
Perhaps worth pointing out that if it stays like this, England will still be on top of the group by the end of the night. Panama and Croatia. They've not got a point between them yet. So still in pole position with Panama to come. There's still 5 minutes and a bit more to come here. They could do with getting it done.
Well, as I keep saying, somehow we've got to find a way to try and win this game. Frustrating afternoon for them.
Rashford in, Sarri was coming for it. There's Rice finding Saka. Rodgers has a bit of room in the box. Saka don't want to do it by himself, he does! And Sarri gets down to make his best save of the game. Rashford, he's been tested at last.
At last, great positivity from Saka. Going past the defender and getting a shot away. It is a good save.
Rashford, Kane, Rodgers to James. Kane cleared it. I think we're all expecting that to thump into the roof of the net.
Well, all that was a positive from England. First of all, the shot from Saka, but then the crossing from the right-hand side into O'Reilly. He climbs really well and he just guides it. Whether he gets as much head of it as he wanted to or not, it came off his shoulder, then flicks onto the bar, and you're thinking, fall kindly for Kim, and it did, but the left foot and he skies it over.
Groans around the ground as England fans watch that on the huge big screens at either end.
But all round, much more positive from England, starting with Saka when he cuts inside onto that left foot.
Ghana have made a change with Mojo Pedro. Nice in France. Coming on to take up position in the defence. Marvin Sanea has come off and Pepper-Opong will take over at right back. That was Urenchi with the Pickford.
As we said a few times in this game, Sanea has been superb, hasn't he? More than played his part in what they've done up to now, Ghana.
Pepper-Opong is more of a centre-back than a right-back. I just wonder if there might be a bit more freedom for Rashford down the left now. It's over to the right to Saka, first of all. That was awkward for him. He's won a throw-in, courtesy of Mensah. James. Riley's given it away. Chance for Ghana with Urenchi. And Declan Rice has dropped back diligently and stays in front of Prince Edward.
Excellent Declan Rice.
And that's Kane to receive. Rashford starting to tear in from the left. Pepper-Opong read it nicely. Suddenly wide open space on the field.
And Declan's limping. Took a little bit of a knock when he made that challenge he had to make.
Here's Rashford. Gay to Eze. Gay. Rashford. Rashford will try and win it again. He gets up really nicely above Urenchi. Oh, no, he doesn't. Foul. A big reaction from Rashford. He didn't think he did anything wrong. I'm with him.
Yeah, I'm with him as well. I mean, he gets there. It's incredible, the leap.
Got to land somewhere.
It's a header from O'Reilly, and then if there's one guy you wanted to fall to, left foot or right foot, it's Harry Kane. There's plenty of time to see it. But it is it over? What a chance. It's human.
Semenyo. Pickford started to advance towards the ball. Semenyo has then lent onto Concert. And Concert and Pickford have a bit of a disagreement. The Ghana fans have not stopped.
Brilliant, haven't they?
The swaying, the singing.
bit like that team, they haven't stopped either. And the effort in the running and the organisation.
Rashford. James. Saka. We're into time added on. England have 6 minutes. Ghana have 6 minutes. They'll either of them to find a win. It surely will be right now if the goal goes in. Rodgers. Rice. Too high for Kane. Pedro. There's a deflection of his goal as he puts it behind for a corner.
A bit of urgency as well about England now. Just opening up a little bit for them.
Patience has been ditched.
Certainly look better and have more quality when O'Reilly's come on down the left.
Declan Rice corner then. In the second minute of added time. Goalkeeper goes back. Kane unable to jump for it. He goes through everybody behind for a goal kick.
He thought he had the line of the ball. I see him just stepping in off the line there and coming in.
Jump of Abdul Fattah, who was off the guard and puts him off. England 0, Ghana 0. O'Reilly. Rodgers. Away from two. Determined work from Rodgers. Rashford.
Rashford, he did have no other option, Rashford, other than to try and ping that in with the left foot in the hope that if he can't get it into the middle and he wins his team a corner.
It's tense here. Sure, it's tense back home as well. Nice, puts another one in. So Riley will jump for it, play back in by Eza. Off the line, it'll go behind again. Take three, Declan Rice.
They choose that far post option. Very, very nearly worked for them.
Well, the previous two were watched by goalkeeper Asare, who immediately went back to his goal line. Being left alone again. He's come for this one, and that's why.
Good goalkeeping. Really, really good goalkeeping.
As for the leading club side in Ghana, hearts of oak. Good term to describe their entire team performance. Strong. Rice. Rodgers breaking away to find some room. Cleared by Opoku.
Good run and good ball, or Rodgers running in behind Declan Rice being able to find him.
Into Eza. Eza first time, it deflects Saka's way. Saka lets him run, decides not to get the touch. Another England corner, they are coming in a flurry.
Yeah, he had the decision to make. Gee there with a header guiding it towards the corner, whether it had been enough to go in or not, I'm not quite sure.
Off the shoulder of Pedro coming behind. Wants to try again. And it's going to be a Ghana change before he has that opportunity. And a sub being sub, that doesn't happen often. Prince Edu is going off because they need extra defensive reinforcement. That's the Carlos Queiroz view. So the former Chelsea man, Dabo Rahman, has come on. Tackler goes short, he's ignored. And as it comes back to him, the ref's seen a push, a pull, an infringement, and a free kick for Ghana. And we are now into the 6th added minute. The board said 6-minute window. Time running out for England to make it 2 wins out of 2 to start World Cup 2026.
Well, to know England haven't done enough to win this game. Yeah, they've looked a little bit better in the last 10 minutes or so. Put a bit more pressure on Ghana. You've got to earn the right. And after all the excitement of the first game, a frustrating afternoon for them here.
Would you go so far as to say reality check?
Yeah. Too many times we haven't found a man in the box with the crosses who hit that front man far too many times, and it's been a little bit slow. Not enough urgency at all.
Getting you back to Pickford. We're taking around past 6 minutes now.
Not a disaster though, but it is absolutely a reality check.
It is full time in Boston. A venue that is proving, historically, to not be very kind to English hopes. Carlos Queiroz is going across to the Ghana fans and celebrating this as though it were a Ghana win. His players have been strong defensively. They've caused a few problems of their own as well. And for England, well, I guess we can say that there is plenty of room for improvement following that opening win against Croatia. So, second time England have played Ghana, second time it's finished level. It's another goalless draw for England in the World Cup. And it's that pesky second game syndrome again. England 0, Ghana 0.
Thank you very much, Guy and Alan. Yeah, not for the first time have England got off to a fast start in the tournament only to stumble, if that is the right word, in the second game.
Thank you so much for coming. The one thing we can only do is create an atmosphere. We can't judge the game. But anyway, we're back here Saturday. There's still something going on it. Get back safely. Thank you to all the staff who put this on as well. What a great event. The our sports team are coming out as well. DJ Sarah getting around the decks and entertaining you. The one and only Tony Cotti. But thank you all for coming. Get back safely. I'm sorry the football was so loud. But don't worry, we're back here Saturday. Well, a different night. Opens at 5 o'clock Saturday. Come and see you there. You guys on the beach, you're welcome to come into the actual atmosphere as well. Come and join us next time. Guys, take care. Have a good one.
James, who's here on Saturday? You here?